Welcome back to session 11. A 12-hour-long debate on the House floor kept this morning's newsmakers very busy over the past week. Our political reporter Josh Hinkle continues the debate between Representatives Aliceda and Martinez Fisher.
No, I mean, I have a deep amount of respect for Patricia Harless. I mean, we're friends. We've served a few sessions together. We've actually been on the same side of some battles, and so I very much admire her and her tactics. And you know, this issue we happen to disagree on, and so what doesn't, you know, is not anything new. I mean, when you take the microphone to defend a measure, you know, it is expected that we're going to engage in vigorous debate. I mean, we need to respect each other. We need to be cordial. But you know, there's no room for error or banter, and I know that Patricia was being very careful with her responses, and I just didn't feel like we were having an honest debate. So I asked her if she was prepared to debate, and that I'd be happy to debate anybody. I wanted to give her that opportunity to bring somebody who wanted to debate, and as you saw in the middle of the bill, Representative Phillips is a good friend of mine, took the mic for several amendments, and he debated, and as did many other people, and that's common and customary. So it was just my opportunity as a courtesy to say, you know, if you don't want to debate me, I'll debate somebody else.
As a freshman, was my observation, because this is really the first real major debate we've had that I've witnessed. And I think what happened is that the argument devolved into you're, in effect, racist, and to propose this bill. And that's not what I really believe is in the hearts of the Republicans that back this bill. And by the way, the press has been reporting that this was strictly along party lines. We had a Democrat vote with us last night. That's what also needs to be reported. But getting back to the debate, at some point it just became ugly. And when you put yourself in the shoes of that individual, the last thing you want to be called be told is that you have, quote, some kind of ulterior motive for trying to do what you're trying to do. I really believe that Republicans feel that this will help in trying to close the door on voter fraud. And it is my position that we are actually empowering people to vote that have not voted before because they feel that the system is flawed.
Where's this racist idea come from?
Well, what do you say is you just want to disenfranchise the people of color, the elderly, people of a different ethnic origin. What is that but code word for you're a racist? That's all it is.
No one is calling Patricia Harless a racist. And while the debate was very passionate, I mean, you have to understand the context by which some of these members what their ancestors went through and the passion that they feel. And I think they're entitled to speak. I think, are they entitled to make groundless attacks and baseless attacks? Absolutely not. But they're entitled to represent their districts. And I think that how this sort of unraveled towards the end, and I can't speak for any member of the House, even friends of mine, but I believe there was a perception that there were minority members making representations of how this bill does not impact minority communities, and that is an opinion. I think Representative Coleman felt that he had a different opinion and wanted to make sure that that opinion was also received. And I think that in the Q&A and the back and forth that takes place on the microphone, I don't think Representative Coleman was having his comments acknowledged, and I think that's where he became upset.
What I got from that exchange is something completely different. What I think Representative Coleman wanted Patricia Harless to say is that the Democrats represent minorities. But the reality is they have Republicans now representing them as well. And that I think is what really upset the Democrats.
And that's not disputable. I mean, that's not disputable. I mean, this is proof positive that there are, Latinos in the Republican Party. There are minorities, African Americans in the Republican Party. That's not. I think the issue was, no one individual minority speaks for the body.
If you have something to say about that debate or the state budget crisis, let us know. Robert is standing by with our On Politics panel right now to field your questions. Just go to our special political site onpolitics.com and chat with us. Our budget breakdown and the Texas health care debate when session 11 returns.